Hey, man. And
You one of them.
right.
This boy is in church mood right now.
Right.
It's my turn, goddammit. I'm tired of this shit. But, I would love for y'all to, just, know all this shit.
Be able to do it.
Right.
Yeah.
You need to edit stuff.
Nope. So we ask everybody. So we're asking you guys. All right.
We just gonna get. Oh, no.
The lightest candle.
Oh, you got to light the candle?
Because sometimes they got evil spirits.
Uh-huh.
God damn it! Where's the
Oh,
light?
whoa.
Who got evil spirits?
So you gotta cleanse. You gotta cleanse.
I don't know what's going on.
Come in your house.
Where the sage at?
I mean, look, y'all don't act like we ain't had guests that ain't hung people before.
Wait a minute.
Ain't nobody.
Oh, wow.
Don't listen to him.
What?
Don't listen to him. He's been
I
drinking.
guess he won't do it.
Hey, like I said, what Wayne do?
Yeah, on the mic. Yeah.
All
Wayne.
right.
Young Money.
All right. So we ask all our guests, what is y'all's definition of tricking?
Like when you light up somebody's cash app just because they look fine. We were just talking about this on our last show.
Oh, y'all did?
Yeah.
Okay.
These girls light up my cash app. Like that means like plenty for it with money and like just giving a girl some money
Where do
because
you encounter these girls? Sorry.
I mean I don't never lit
Yeah,
up
you
anybody's
haven't lit
cash
up.
app.
Okay.
Right.
I'm not a trick.
Okay, hold on. So, have you tricked before?
In that terms, no.
Yeah, that's very specific.
Yeah,
have you
yeah.
ever just, by your
bought-
definition, give
In your
something?
life. In your life. Not right now, maybe, because you may be.
Yeah, you didn't light up a
little more
cash
mature.
app.
I kind of feel like y'all guys are targeting me right now. I have a
no.
Well, it's only you for now. You know?
We'll do this. Let's go to me. This is where I think tricking is. We'll do that. I'm going to take it off you.
Okay.
And I'm going to place it.
Thank you.
On myself. For me, I say drop that motherfucker.
You ain't even hit the turkey yet.
Bruh.
No, to me, tricking is this. Tricking is when you spend money
Right.
with the intent of getting something that you would not normally get from a woman if you did not spend that money on her.
That makes sense.
That makes total sense.
Yeah.
But I think there's tricking. So maybe two terms it is, in my opinion. I'm not saying you're not wrong, but there's in my terms, like I think that tricking also can be that just because she looks good, I want to give her money. So that she can be in favor of me.
Yeah, that's why we asked the definition, because everyone has different definitions.
Everybody has
of
different
tricking.
I really want to hear these.
Yeah.
Can I get more? Any more definitions that you heard?
Wait, but you didn't answer the question based off of your.
Alpha either one of our definitions?
Have you
Absolutely
ever?
not. No.
Okay.
No.
What's your
Absolutely
definition,
Let's
Jess?
keep it going.
I don't have money like that, first and foremost.
As Chase said, that it's spending money or using money to get something you otherwise wouldn't get from a woman, or like, hey, let me take you to this fancy dinner and drop $500 and do this, thinking whatever, 500,000, whatever it is.
Right.
Bruh.
You guys must ain't heard the trick has.
Hold on. What did y'all eat for 500?
I had 3 glasses of wine, each $60 a piece, and yeah, that may have happened.
So you have been the tricky.
Yeah.
I've had a man take me to an expensive dinner, and I don't know if he afterwards he was like, oh, I did this, you should do this, but it was definitely used as like a ploy to
get you and get
He was expecting something from
like,
him.
hey,
Right.
I took you here.
Yeah.
So what's your definition? And have you done your definition?
Tricking to me is like
This is Humvee talking, by the way.
what's going on, guys? Something. Giving money to a woman, or I mean, it's for a male or a female. Mm-hmm. But for me, giving money to a woman, with knowing that I feel a certain way about her, but she doesn't feel that way towards me.
And you trying to get her.
And I'm
you're
trying
trying to
to,
get
and I'm
her.
trying to
Using
get her
mo-
there
right.
through giving things.
Money to buck
Yeah.
And guess what I said? I said I'm giving things to her. The word give, but in actuality, I'm spending money. I'm tricking.
You are.
You see what
So
I'm saying?
have you done? You've done this. It sounds like you're
Yes,
speaking from
I have.
experience.
I have.
In your
Okay.
What's the most lavish trick gift you ever given?
That was like back in the day, like when I had money.
You know, we want to know what it is. Yeah.
yes,
I-
DB wants to know this too.
I paid for a flight.
She got flued out. She got
Yeah,
flued
but
out.
no, this is
Before flued out was flued out.
right.
Yeah.
Before all that
So
was
if it ain't
was
fluid, is it
something.
flown?
It's
It's
not.
flued. It's flued. It's flued out.
It's
Flued out. It's
flued
flued
out.
out. Shout out to the city girls. Flued out.
It's flued out.
Talk about this one.
Yeah.
But this was when I was making that overseas money. This is back when I was making.
gotcha,
Yeah,
gotcha.
this is back when I was making overseas
Yeah,
money.
we gotta have the conversation off camera,
So-
brother.
Yeah.
Bread. He wasn't making
Wait, where'd
bread.
you fly her to?
He was making loaves. Okay.
Where did
Yeah.
you fly her to? What
I just flew her to like not Dubai, but no.
Abu Dhabi?
No, I was already out there. I was, I
And
was
where
already out
was
there.
she?
Abu Dhabi,
And,
right?
and
Not in Dubai.
she was in Thailand. She was in Thailand.
Okay.
So yeah, it wasn't that. It wasn't. You know,
I was like, she was in Kentucky. You flew her out.
it wasn't that much. But it's just the point that I did it, and
Right,
then
right.
in return, I didn't get anything.
You got a
know?
smile and a handshake.
Yeah,
Okay, so-
I mean, of course, we had sex and everything, but like, no, I wanted more. Like, I wanted, like, hey, I want you to be mine.
Tricking if you got what you
feel me?
wanted.
He didn't get what he wanted.
In my opinion, that's not tricky because even
But
if
he
you
said he didn't get
No,
it.
the end game didn't happen for me.
Yeah,
I
he
didn't get what I
didn't get what
wanted.
he wanted.
I ain't get the girl.
I think like a Scorpio. What I want is sex. So I can care less about a relationship. But I feel you coming from, but I feel like because you did get what you want, then that's not tricky. Like if you just giving money for no reason, you
Right.
know you absolutely have no chance with this female or this male. You just giving money because you want to gain favor of them. That is the epitome of tricking. Huh? I should have to trick my cash money for you to accept me, or for you
Right.
to be my friend. That is tricking
Right.
to the utmost.
Right.
I tell women this all the time. I'm ugly. I'm not the attractive guy in the world. I ain't got a problem being ugly, but I've never had a problem catching a woman.
Right.
My whole
You're
thing
funny.
is absolutely I'm funny. The whole thing is that when you funny, you get vajayjay.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, it does
definitely.
help because especially when you this
Good
ugly, you're like
personality.
shit.
So, I feel like
women are
I've spoken
thank
to
you.
people for good
Thank
personality.
you.
Right.
Women
right.
love personality.
They do.
Let's just
And
take
then
a break.
I was kind of in shape too, but I done got fat lately. So.
Yeah.
I just want you
Not
to
really.
understand, guys. To get with Stay Sorry,
Oh my God.
or to get with that Stay Sorry right to your right, or just Kalola, there's no need for you to be attractive.
Well, go ahead and throw it out there.
There's no need
I hate you. I hate you so much.
for
What
you
is this song?
to look a certain
Well,
way.
be attractive.
All you need is a few jokes.
He's so annoying.
Amen.
Why the chicken cross the road?
Right? Yeah. Why?
Right now because Chase is playing gospel
But
music.
why? But why?
This was
did
We
the
not
chicken
going to
cross
church.
the road?
Hey, I'm
And she
Stay
wants
Sorry.
to know,
Stay sorry.
how are you?
Jessica Lola.
King Colin P.
And we are Houston. I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Yeah, she just said that.
Houston.
You see how they did that?
We do have some lovely people here on the podcast today. We have the gentleman of the Truck Cast. We have
Humvee.
and DB.
Okay.
you joined us
So,
today
yeah,
for some lovely topics.
yes. So, kind of tell us a little bit about y'all's podcast.
You want to tell them? Oh, you want me to do it? Okay. Well, the truck cast happened after a bunch of failed relationships, and
I wouldn't necessarily say relationship.
well,
Failed
like a
situationship.
main one. Well, for me, it was a main.
Right. Okay.
For me, it was my marriage. I got divorced. Been divorced for about 3 years now, I think, something like that. And DB had a failed,
relationships.
with the S, and we just started hanging out. But we've known each other for a long time, though. And we just started, hanging out, and we was talking about it. I guess venting to one another, like, man, this motherfucker, this bitch here.
We was we were inebriated.
And
Right.
and we were inebriated, going out to clubs, doing our thing, and then we was like, just like, how about we just record it?
Now one day, I was telling him about the summer. What was it? Summer 16?
Summer 16.
Summer 16 when I was just the player of the year.
Yeah.
And I was telling him my story about he was like, DB, you did all that? And he said, maybe you ought to record it, just make a podcast out of it. And I was so inebriated. I was like, I don't care. So he set his phone up and started recording.
Oh my goodness.
And put it on YouTube.
Yeah.
So organic.
And he said, "What we gonna name it?" I said, "I don't know, the Truckcast." He's like, "The
Bruh,
Truckcast,"
that's
because it's a
awesome.
podcast. We do it inside the truck,
Yeah.
Right.
And like me, Humvee, we had very unsuccessful dating experiences.
Hey, I think we all got those.
Yeah, there's a room full of that
And
here.
relationships are so relatable to
Yeah.
everyone.
To everybody.
So I'm not an expert on politics. He may be, I'm not, but so I feel like, okay, let's just base it around a relationship. I want to base it around something that I know and I understand. We both were serial daters, and we constantly dated different women all the time, taking them to Applebee's,
That's our
Dallas.
spot. That's our spot.
Applebee's.
That's our spot.
2 for 20.
3 for 10.
3 for 10. all that.
99-cent margarita.
Goddamn right.
You can't go there with me.
Goddamn right.
You don't like me.
A woman like, you're not gonna take me to Applebee's if she likes you, if she genuinely likes
Right.
you.
You.
It does not matter where she takes you. She wants to enjoy your company.
Right.
That's it.
All right. So, I'd watched a couple of you guys' podcasts and where you talk about having a relationship or dating past 60 days, right?
Yes, sir.
So we're going to talk about some of the important questions that you would ask within those 60 days to make it last past the 60 days.
Right, definitely.
All right. So, what are some of the shortest relationships that y'all have been in?
It was probably less than 60 days.
So do you feel like that's an
was.
important question to ask when you're dating someone? Like, what's the shortest or longest relationship you've been in?
No, to me, it's not.
No, I mean,
No.
Unless it just comes up in conversation, but no, not for the most part.
I feel like it's always good to discuss your past and your relationship.
Yeah.
But you don't want to get too detailed because something like me, because I'm so emotional, I kind of can use that against you. So
What?
do you mean?
It's just like the last time you did.
that's how you did, old boy. Oh, you trying to do me like him?
Right.
So you retracing your old steps.
A little manipulation going on, huh?
But me as me speaking, I know I talk a lot, y'all. But me, DB, as me being a Scorpio that I am, I have never been actually, except one time, 2 times now. I've never been faithful in a relationship, so I would actually go out and cheat. Just in case the girl that I dated was cheating, or the girl that was in a relationship was cheating. That was just to make myself feel better about myself. Yeah.
Yeah.
But in my mind, I was being.
Serial dater and a serial cheater.
Yeah, you're both.
He don't know where
He
he
is
want to be.
reformed. He is reformed.
What's that Donnell Jones? Where I want to be?
Where I want to be, bro.
Oh,
DB
no.
don't know.
You are
He called me
silly.
right on time.
So
too.
if we were dating or we were talking and I was like, oh, the shortest relationship that you've been on or I was in was I don't know, a week, you would be like, oh, that's no. Like, you would use that against
Or
me.
the longest.
I wouldn't call that a
too.
relationship. That
Yeah,
would be
that's what I'm saying.
That's just dating.
Yeah.
That's
courting.
dating.
Would women call that a relationship?
I
No.
think it's different now.
No.
So, so let me go here with it. I'm sorry, because it started just now.
Let's go.
All right. So the thing is, with the new 2019 lingo, right?
Right.
There's a difference between when we're dating, when we're talking, and all that type shit.
I do believe
And
that.
a lot of times, guys will be like, "Oh, we're talking, and we're not in that relationship." What you don't understand is, if you ever make that shit official, she's counting when y'all started talking as the beginning of the relationship,
Right.
Not necessarily when you made it official.
When you say she, that doesn't mean all she's.
No, I'm
Some,
not
but
putting
no.
everybody I'm not putting everybody in a box, right?
Right,
but
right.
there's a gray area when you're talking, right?
Right.
Because women there's like a talking,
Women love the gray area.
Women let
like,
it gray area.
hey, talking exclusively.
That's
Right.
a relationship.
What the fuck is that?
That's a relationship.
What the fuck is
Right.
that? Is the thing now, right? So
Yeah.
it causes like this distress. So it's like
Yeah.
when we answer that question, you need to understand. Okay, I think we're gonna say we're talking exclusively. But you got to get to that point.
Right.
You got to get to the point where you're talking exclusively.
I'm 36, so I guess it's kind of like not an unwritten, but like something that necessarily me and her, we don't have to talk about that. Like it's
Yeah, y'all grown.
yeah, we don't have to actually break that
Come
down.
on now.
You think you don't.
Hey,
Don't
right?
let me-
You think you dating somebody
You
in a
right about that.
Hey, you think you don't.
But I'll address
sometimes-
it when she brings it up because I'm not going to
Oh,
bring it up.
so she would have to bring up like, "Hey, we together, right?"
Because
But you don't understand.
we having this conversation. Yeah, she gonna bring it up.
There's a problem. I'm sorry. I hope I ain't cutting anybody off.
No.
There's always a situation where when we start like these hard, I'm gonna call it a hard topic.
Mm-hmm.
There's a certain discomfort if we not on the same page.
Right.
Definitely.
There's definitely a certain discomfort with now we're charting.
You're right.
You're charting my
Right.
movements. What the fuck is going on?
Right.
I'm not charting yours.
Right.
There's a certain amount of trust as the person that you are.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Right.
So, but why are you charting me and I ain't even did shit?
love
You know
this
what?
relationship talk.
So
I
it
love it.
sounds like I need to be doing shit.
I
Right.
love this, man. I love the relationship talk. I love it.
For real.
Because
Am I right?
You
men
are
are
right.
from Mars and women are really from Venus.
You're right.
It's like women, men, we don't care about labels. We'll go with the flow. But they do,
Right.
they do have women that will also go in the flow. Let's not, maybe not put
Right.
everybody in a box like I said earlier.
Well, I think
Right.
it's important though because like to
Labels
have
are
some
important?
Type of, I don't know about labels, but I think at some point there's definitely a time where we should talk about it. because-
Absolutely, I agree.
Especially me being in my 30s, like I don't want to
You're 30?
continue
Okay.
on this 3-month relationship and waste 4 more months of my time when
Right.
this
Right.
whole time you've been dating 3 other people and you know like I want to know. I
Yeah,
wanna
because
know.
at some
Tell
point
me.
it's like when is it? At this point, it's like, should I just stop?
Well, I
and just
definitely
move
think-
on, or you know what I mean? Like how you
That
can
should be
miss
one of the
out on
questions.
something.
Right.
You can miss out on something if you're just like, oh well, I'm away for her. He ain't wait. You know, everybody waiting for each other, and then it's like, fuck
Nothing
it.
was said. Right.
Come on, Tim.
And
Tim waiting in the wing.
talking to this
You
guy.
know,
Why they ain't got to be Tim? Why
you know
can't be
what
Ricky?
you want. You know what
And
you
then I
want,
was
Tim.
talking to this guy, and he was talking to this girl for 2 months, and he, you know, and he's the guy in this part, and he was telling me this, and he was like, "Yeah, I was talking to this girl for 2 months, and then she randomly just told me like, hey, sorry, we can't talk anymore. I just started dating this guy. I didn't know what was going on with us. Bye." And he was like,
Right.
I thought we
And
were talking.
And then
But I
I've
mean,
done
like,
that too. Like
and-
I've been
and-
talking to somebody, and then someone else came along, and you know,
They shoot
Okay,
their shot
no.
quicker than that guy.
Now,
that
what was your
movie.
reasoning behind of just,
Hey, before we go any further, understand that Stacy did some absolute male shit.
Okay, oh, wow.
On that shit.
Super shady, huh?
Continue.
go ahead, explain your
no,
story.
okay. Well, we were talking about like sliding in DMs. So I slid into this guy's DMs and you know, we started talking and then someone else came along and so I stopped talking to him and started talking to this other guy and then it didn't work out with the other guy like fairly quickly. So then I tried to go back and talk to him, but I mean, he wasn't having it.
Wow.
So I mean, but that's
Reckless.
dating. Like
Tried
you
to
gotta
move
understand,
back in.
like that's dating. That's a talking to phase. I
Right.
can't get upset with you if you have done that because we've only been talking for like. Well, how long was the first guy you got talking?
It was like a few weeks, maybe like a month, maybe.
Oh, wow, like dating a lot,
No,
hanging out a lot.
it wasn't even that serious. It
If
wasn't,
you come
it
back to
wasn't
me, I'm
serious at
definitely
all.
How many days?
No,
treating
it
you
wasn't
dirty.
even like that. Like, because he stayed somewhere else.
Okay.
Okay.
So it was like we were, you know what I mean? Like we were working on like figuring that out, but
Okay.
it wasn't that. That's what I'm saying. It wasn't that serious. Like I slid, yeah, I did slid into his DMs. I did like initiate it,
Right.
but it like to me it wasn't that serious to be like, oh, okay, I need to like tell you what's going on.
Like,
I just kind of did.
like, if I'm putting
I
forth-
stopped answering text messages, stopped answering
God!
calls.
Couldn't even say good morning to you, huh?
Bro, she left this nigga alone.
Right. And then-
alone.
Yeah, but you are
She come back 3 weeks later. Oh, hey, Ricky.
you're right. He in the wilderness. He cold. And all of a sudden, here you come with the heater and shit. I'm in a block of ice.
Yeah.
Well, you gotta feel like I feel like if a guy's actually putting forth effort, like he's courting you occasionally, like every weekend.
But that's very rare. Like that, stuff like that is happening. Like
because we're busy during the week.
We busy during the
we're
week.
busy. Everybody's busy.
But like, I mean, but if you like, if a woman likes you, or y'all both mutually agree, like y'all feel the same feeling, you can make time during the week. If I'm dating you Monday, we hanging out Thursday, and then we hanging out again Saturday and Sunday, I am putting forth an effort to let you know that I am really interested in you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Think about that. That's consistency.
That's
that women want,
Yes, right.
That's being consistent. Am I right? I'm being consistent.
Yeah, but after 2 months, I want to know what's happening with.
Okay, not only that,
He's remaining that consistent. He's remaining that consistent.
Mm-hmm.
How would you take that guy?
I would take that guy, but I would still ask him. And after 2 months of this consistency, like, hey, because at the same time,
so you would be the one, but you would be the one to ask. If he never brought it up, you would be the one to ask.
I've been with guys who are masters at being consistent with 4 people at the same time, and then you don't even know. So at some point, because I don't want to waste my time, will ask you in 2 months or whatever time I feel like I want to ask me, like, hey, so like, are we doing this with just each other? And I won't say, hey, are you my boyfriend yet? I'll say, hey, so are we consistently doing this with other people, or are we can we like? And that's what I'll say. And then maybe once he said, yeah, that's fine, I'll do another month of this consistency, maybe 2 months, and I'll be like, hey, what's going on? Are we a relationship? Like,
wow, she said that's a long time.
What,
I'm giving out really
and
long terms.
And I'm only saying that
I'm saying general. I'm like, I mean,
Right.
it may happen sooner, quicker,
You're
whatever.
very
I'm
generous.
just saying there is a time frame though. Like, I'm gonna.
So you can meet him, like, date a guy within 3 months and want to start dating him seriously.
If he is taking up a Monday, a Thursday, and a weekend of my time every week, yes. In 3 months,
And you like him?
3 months is
That's good.
yeah. And I'm saying this because I have kids, I have adult things I do. Like, I'm not in the business. So
I have adult things.
Right.
I'm not trying to waste my time with numerous people. Like, I
Define
know.
adult things.
Right. I don't know why they're coming out to them.
So
Right?
I guess having said all that, when one of the questions that should be asked is, are you dating? Are you actively dating?
Or are you actively dating? Or like you can also ask if you're dating me with like a purpose, right? Like if you're dating me.
Oh, that purpose stuff.
Yes.
That is weird.
Yes.
No.
Because that's a thing. That's the
thing. It's a thing. It's a fad. That's what it is.
It's not.
Yes.
I don't think it's a fad.
Yes.
I don't think so.
How is dating with a purpose a fad? That makes no sense.
Yes, man.
Explain that to me.
Dating with
Thank you.
Dating with the purpose is I guess versus serial daters or people that like to date people with a liberated spirit, you know what I'm saying? Like, we just going out here, we're not trying to do like one person at a time.
So how can that be a something, but dating with a purpose not?
Okay,
Right, because after 2 months,
Right.
After 2 months of being consistent, you should be
That's
dating
a
at that
purpose.
point with the purpose,
yeah,
right?
but yeah.
I see, I've changed a lot over the couple of months.
Since we've been doing it.
It depends,
I've
like
changed a
what
lot.
age group we're talking about. Too,
Yeah.
Because I wouldn't expect this from a 23-year-old or a 24, maybe 25.
that's not-
I'm not saying all.
Okay,
I'm just
okay.
saying
Most.
a lot.
Some, but
from
not
what
all.
From my experience.
Okay, just from a guy's perspective, right? I will say this. All right. Women will put guys in categories. They use age groups
They do.
when it comes to these types of things.
Right.
Guys, as a whole, most of the time, I will say that I'm not going to say we choose not to know, but we don't know it until it happens.
Right.
Like, I don't know that I'm in love with you until I'm in love with you. The guys that are those guys that, like, really know, most of the time they kind of fucked up. In a way, and when I say that, I'm saying they're extremists. I'm going to go with extremes, too. So, it depends. But there are people
They
that
love
fall in
too
love.
hard? Is that what you're trying to say?
Not so much that they love too hard, but they love everybody. Every
Okay.
chick
Right.
that they've ever been with, you don't know about it.
Right.
They've loved all of them in a week and a half.
Well, you know, I kind of understand what you're saying, but like, I've dated women that I didn't like, but I was attracted to them.
Yeah.
But
In
then
some
I've
kind of
dated
way, huh?
women that I wasn't attracted to, but I was in love with them.
That's deeper.
That's weird, huh?
That's deeper.
It's not weird.
He loved her spirit like a motherfucker.
Exactly. It's
It's not
sometimes I can be
weird.
attracted more to the
Yeah.
spirit.
Yeah.
Like I hope my girlfriend doesn't hear. Like my girlfriend now, she's not the ideal girl that I would usually date. But like it's something about her energy. And I've told her this though. I've told her this.
I know, but you probably should tell everybody.
Better call her right after this shit
It does
over.
make me sound like an asshole, doesn't it?
No, no.
But at least I'm being honest, right?
Right. She's not your typical type.
That's what I said, right?
What,
Okay.
DB, how old are you?
I'm 38.
He 38. DB
I'm
38.
an older guy, yeah.
Do you know how old she is?
She's 33.
Okay, oh shit. She might not be in the age group that
But
can really
mature
take
women
that
mature
shit
faster
well.
than men.
Yeah,
of course.
Okay, so y'all battle the same.
No, they
But
suppress
I get
and
it though because I've seen so many men that are so fine, whatever. But man, if I get one guy who's like 5'10", mediocre looking, but he likes scary movies and eating pizza every day.
Jessica, you don't
I
even
love
give
him.
guys that are 5'10" a chance to
what I'm
even
saying?
know if they like scary
the one
movies.
Guy, the one guy.
The one
is
guy.
5'11".
And she's little. The little people need to stick with the little guys.
I'm 5'11".
Taller
How
girls.
the fuck can you tell
6
how
feet
tall
shoes.
he is as short as you are?
Right. She needs to leave the tallest to the tall
You
girls.
looking up the whole
know.
time.
Right, how tall are
There we
you?
go. She's 3 feet.
How tall do I?
You need to figure that
She identifies as
5'2".
Identify
She's
as a
5'2",
pit bull.
right?
That's
5'2", got a
5'2".
got a 6'3" spirit, huh?
out.
Yes, I have a spirit of a 6'3".
So are you also on the height thing too? Because most women
No.
are. I think women see
I
height
dated guys
as
shorter than me.
protection. That's
I do,
why.
and
I dated guys
tell-
shorter than me.
Right.
I tell people this, and this is actually really funny. I had this conversation with my coworker. I was telling him, I was like, "Oh, I'm talking to this guy, but the only thing," and he's like, "What, Jessica?" And he's like 5'4", 5'5", and he's a lovely man, like
wow.
lovely man. And he was like, "How?"
You know they say that?
No, I joke with him all the time.
You don't have a chance.
If something ever happened,
Never fuck.
no, like, he's married, but I tell him all the time, like, God forbid if something ever happened to your wife, I would marry you. Like, he's such a lovely person.
Lovely
But,
person.
Is that a backhand
But he
compliment?
told
It's
me,
not.
I'm like,
She said she
there's
would
this
marry
guy, he's 5'9", but you know, it's short. I just associate that with being like, and I can't help it, but I associate with being a man and blah, blah, blah. And he was like, Jessica, one question, he's like, how tall was your ex-husband? And I was like, 6'2", and he was like, was he a man? And I was like, no.
And I was like, and I told her like the way God works, her man is like 5'7".
Wow.
That's her soulmate is 5'7".
Yes!
And she's like fucking madly in love.
Right.
And you
Right.
keep on passing his ass up, but them
Right.
football players gonna crush you.
I'm trying to change it.
There you
I'm
go.
trying to be better.
At
I'm
least
trying
that's
to
good.
look at this person.
Yeah,
Glad you're going to a good rich.
But like I said,
So do you have a flaw like her that you can't get past?
Trying to get it out.
Like a physical flaw?
Yes, because
I mean, I have to be attracted to you. Like,
Makes sense.
there's no like, oh, if you're too dark or too light, or if you're like, I'll date any race. Of
Right.
I think the only thing that I might have, and I feel like it's not bad, is like I want someone that has the same religious beliefs as I do.
Oh, okay.
Like that's it. But
That's
like
cool.
outside
And you're
of
Christian, right?
yes, but it's like outside of that, I don't have.
Go ahead,
like,
tell them about it.
No, I ain't gonna do that.
it's like doing chains.
outside of that, there's no like. He doesn't look like
You can't look like Seal.
he can't. I'm not
What's
attracted
wrong with
to Seal.
Seal?
I'm not attracted to Seal, so he can't. But I gotta be attracted to him. That's about it.
Okay.
So, so we say religious beliefs. Do you feel like religious beliefs is something that you should talk about in the first 60 days?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Absolutely.
Because
I've been turned down because of my religious belief.
yeah.
My woman.
I think
she was
religion.
Really, yeah. No, go ahead.
Oh no, I said religion should just be the first thing before y'all even
Right.
meet
Yeah, that's-
up. Because
yeah.
if it's not like I won't even meet somebody who's and no offense to agnostic or atheist, I just know it's not gonna work. Yeah. So
Yeah.
I've been turned down numerous of times because of that.
Right.
Gotta
Yeah.
eat from the same table.
Yeah, I definitely think religious belief is a question that needs to
So
be asked.
you Humvee, you cannot date a woman that is not a Christian.
Well, I have, a Buddhist, but,
Okay, okay.
but I mean,
I
did it
think
affect
that-
it? It did. It affected relationship.
It
relationship.
does.
So,
It does. I was in a long-term relationship with a Jehovah's Witness.
Okay.
Yeah. So
I just don't see that. I just think. I don't want to get on that.
yeah, religion plays a big role in
It's
what
such a-
people want. Their end game is like being together, married, or like life partner. But the fact is, like, they want to be with each other.
So I got a question on that. So do you think the religious issue is necessarily a spiritual belief or a religious belief, or is it from their particular form of society? Because let's say you didn't have your predetermined notions that are placed on you from wherever you came from.
Right.
Y'all might have been fine, but y'all, people who come from different backgrounds,
Right.
y'all could, from a soul perspective, y'all could have been straight.
First of all, you didn't choose your religion.
Right. You didn't choose it. You lived there.
true.
So it's up to the people involved in the relationship to actually learn about the differences.
Definitely.
Because most of the time, y'all really talking about the same shit with a different name.
Yeah. God.
But it depends, though, because if you do believe in God, then God already knew this was going to happen to you anyway. So I'm just saying.
I like the way you look at it.
Right.
Because I personally, now, I said I wouldn't date like an agnostic or atheist, but like, and it just depends. Like, if there's, I feel like for me, if you're spiritual, then that, I don't know, it may be enough for me, but you have to just believe in something higher than yourself. So, but if I don't know, I'm a little bit more
That's the issue
lax.
now with me and my current. She said, because you don't believe in that, what do you believe? I said, I believe there is a God. He's in all of us. But I just don't believe in the Christianity thing, you know, because
Right.
I believe it's a form of control. I don't want to be controlled. Did you just whimper?
I heard it.
He
very
did
clear.
whimper very
Shut
Okay,
up.
so yeah, we're definitely talking about religion within especially the first 60 days. Just so
Yeah.
that's what somebody's saying.
Absolutely.
All right, so do you talk about what's considered cheating? Because I feel like a lot of people may have different definitions, especially women. Women's definition of what's cheating
You
is
saying
But
shit?
when?
yeah.
You saying should I or have I?
Should you cheat?
First 60 days of wit.
like
of what?
of dating? Like,
Yeah.
should that be clear as to what cheating is?
And you
Dang,
have
I
all
don't know, man.
dating?
Yeah.
Are we dating exclusively?
But why does that even? Why would that even matter? Like,
'Cause it's two different
you're, but
things.
if you're getting to the point to where you're at 60 days, right?
Okay.
You're obviously seeing some sort of potential at that point.
I don't even know.
So if you're
man.
trying to
I
get
don't-
past 60 days, is this something that you would
I
discuss?
never asked that question
Right.
outright, but what I usually ask is, oh, so tell me about your last relationship.
I like the way you
And your last two relationships, and I don't say like how that end, but like I'll ask them like, oh, what happened? You know, like let's see if they kind of tell me, and you know, and usually when I hear that story and I know the guy a little bit better, been on more dates, I can kind of figure like, oh, was this guy an asshole? You know, like a little bit, but I don't like to ask that question until maybe we've been like together, but. I think it definitely should be kind of talked about a little bit your past
The next
relationships.
morning type shit though. Like don't like the first time something happens.
Yeah.
But, so I was just thinking that we should just take this to the next level. Like we've never established it up to this point. And now that you're in my bed and I just woke up, here you go. That's the scariest shit ever.
Right.
Because now I think you crazy as fuck.
Even some men, we're not rethinking with emotion because you just been through something that was emotional, which is
Right.
a sexual experience with somebody new. So you're emotional at that time. So you wake up and you into them because you just had an experience and you start talking off the side of your fucking neck. No, you're supposed to be saying this. I've done it.
Yeah.
When the sex thing blew my mind, I'm like, yo, I'm about to.
How did you get on
so-
How did you get on the ceiling fan?
like this girl gave me a man-gasm.
What it was?
Man.
You know what a man-gasm is?
Yeah.
When you feel it from the bottom of your you ain't got hair at the bottom of your feet, but you can feel it from the bottom of your feet, the hair,
Right.
all the way to the top of the hair.
That boy said my toenails clipped
I
themselves.
swear to God, I
A man
never felt
gasm?
like that before in my life. And if that woman would have married me, I probably would have been married. I probably would have married her from that experience.
did your hair
I'm not a
stand up?
sexual being. I'm Scorpio.
Did your
Okay,
hair
what's
stand
in
up
my
on your
sign?
arms?
I'm a Libra.
Hey, you know what I'm saying? I'm a Libra too.
It was so close. It was so close to Sagittarius.
Pisces. I'm a Scorpio, guys. I'm really
He
thinking,
came
I'm
here
really
to
in
get
the sign.
managed, okay?
I'm extremely. When I tell women I'm a Scorpio, they're like, "Oh, you seem like one."
Oh, you want to know?
Right. I don't know.
I never get, oh, you're a
I don't know.
Pisces. It looks like you're a Pisces.
I don't know.
How important are signs?
It's fun.
And you talk. I'm sure you talk about that in the first 60
I think
days.
it's just fun. I think it's just fun.
Yeah.
Like I know that I am compatible with Pisces and Cancers, just from researching and studying. But I just think it's funny. But I mean, also like I've dated Taurus, I've dated Virgos. And it's like, yo, man.
Yeah. So how far in it do you believe it? Because I've had guys like I went out on dates with guys, and that's like one of the first questions they ask me, and I'm like, oh, And then he kind of told me about the way the stars were, and I was like, "Yeah, I'm sorry, sir. I'm not interested anymore."
I don't get that deep.
Check.
Right. You know what I'm saying?
I didn't know that. Okay, well, she's a Pisces.
Right.
Scorpio over here wants to check because he's tripping.
So that should be a question
actually
asked
go
on
half
astrology,
with
huh? Astrology question should be asked.
Should be, or is it just a fun thing?
I think it's just a fun thing just to
I don't know,
ask.
man. They got some
fun.
people out here that take that shit so serious. You can
Yeah.
hear by
I
it a
definitely,
lot.
I feel you.
I just don't think it should be something that you would decide your relationship upon.
Okay.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
because there are
Like
some
you're
people that do.
deciding your relationship upon some shit that you heard. I'm sorry, that you read on a website, and I'm sitting right the fuck here.
Right.
Well, they said you would do this right here at www.
You know what? Your horoscope said.
Right.
Here
Right.
at shithoroscopes.com.
But if you read into it, it's
fairly true, huh?
It's fairly true. But like I'm not gonna base my whole relationship behind this.
Yeah.
Just like I don't like me. I don't believe in self-help books.
I mean, I like self-help books.
But that's a whole different subject. But
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So, what are some other questions that you guys feel like you really need to ask within the first 60 days?
because I'm a
Have you been married?
yeah.
Have you been married? So that's kind of asking.
do you
about,
have
like, long-distance
kids?
relationships.
Have you ever been to jail? Because there's some scandalous, some credit card.
Does it matter what she went to jail for?
It's also like you said, it's important that
Well, we know somebody's been to the pen.
Did somebody get Cardi B in here?
Does it
You know what I'm saying? No, I get Cardi B. No, I'm just saying it's women out there with the credit card scammers.
Scammers? She can be a
what I'm saying?
scammer.
Yeah. Got me a whole tent from Academy back in the days.
Oh,
That's what she got.
shout out to the card thief. Shout out to you.
Reckless
She had
living, man.
she had all this potential to steal shit, and she used it for a canopy. Nigga.
I needed it that time.
Necessity was the key.
Church picnic.
all right. So we want to know if they're married. Church picnic.
I needed that. You know that.
Oh my God.
She was stole for the
Hey,
church.
it's a lot of reckless
She
living going on, man.
stole for the Lord.
Jesus wept.
I'm not paying for Jesus.
Oh my God.
She don't like that. She don't like that.
So we're asking if they're married, if they've committed any
Definitely.
serious crimes
Definitely.
or went to prison. What
I
else?
definitely would have asked that.
What else we're asking?
The kids thing is crazy though, because like I feel like in the first 60 days, if you have not talked about your child once,
Yep. Trying to tell you. Yeah.
But then you also don't
but
want
hold on. What I'm saying is this. Reason why I say that is I'm not saying. I guess I say it for this reason. If we've had like a whole bunch of conversations and I don't know that you even have a kid, it just I feel like it makes it's a weird sense of like what else you got?
I feel like you need to ask that. You need to ask that, right? Like, do you ask that? Do you have kids, or do you wait for them to tell you?
She might be a hoe, so I don't know.
Oh,
I don't know. It's weird because it's like
Mike.
it's your kid. It's your kid. Like so, it's like I don't have kids.
Yeah.
So I'm not prone to have the feeling to think of like, oh, I should be asking that question all the time.
Right.
I'm trying to get to know you,
Right.
and I guess maybe because I'm 31, so I'm of course I'm in a pool where they're gonna be less women without kids, more women with kids, right? But I'm not necessarily because it's just like another question. Oh, you got kids? Like I don't want to just be asking that, or like, you know what I'm saying. I don't want to have to in a roundabout way ask that. That's your kid. It came out of your body. I believe it's for you to like, look, I have a child. Or, whatever. Like, I'm not saying when you got to do it, but it's kind of crazy if it takes a long time to do it. Because it's happened to me where I made a joke about like a kid or something like that, like in a conversation because I'm stupid. And
she got offended.
She's like, well, look, I have a son. I'm like,
Right.
Yeah, she done told me the first.
Why you ain't telling me? Right.
I'm like, because the reason why I say that is because it's a weird feeling you get because a lot of times, most of the time, I'm like a real closed off person, and a lot of times people want you to open up, right? So if I'm not opening up and then I start to, and then you hit me with some shit like that, then you get mad at me,
Right?
Bro, I'm like I'm going back to where I was at.
And you know what? I feel
Close
like
all this shit back up. Get me my Batman uniform.
Because you not the one.
Because you ain't it.
boy tripping, dog. I kind of also feel it's important that, like when you first meet somebody about kids, also staying on subject, like, are you too much into your kids? Meaning,
We had an episode about like dating a parent.
And like,
that came up.
we have guests on our show. She said, she was my age. She didn't have any kids. She said it's hard to date a guy with kids because she wants that attention. And she said, and I said, well, you have every right to feel like that because you have no kids. But if you're gonna date a man, if you're gonna date a man with the kids, you gotta learn to accept that. So that's understandable. But like me, I feel like they got women out there. They're just too much into their kids, which nothing wrong. But you also put in your personal life outside of your children.
Rephrase
real
that,
grow up and
DB.
leave, right?
DB, rephrase that.
Okay.
Because there's gonna be a few people in the comments that get on your ass.
That's fine.
It's not so much that they too much into their child because it's an extension of themselves.
Makes sense.
They are not enough into them.
There we go.
Themselves.
They forgot who they are.
Okay,
Yes.
that's better.
And that is what we want them
No,
not
I don't want to
do.
say it like that. I'm ignorant. I want to say
Well, I tried.
I want to say that.
Do what you will.
Okay. If you have every
DB
right to
don't
tell
give a fuck.
I don't. They have every right to tell me.
So speaking from somebody, I have 3 girls, and I have friends who also have kids, and it's like 2 different people. So I really agree with.
Well, I feel like you
Chase-
haven't lost yourself because you're doing this.
Well, yeah, but this took a minute because I had to realize that like my kids, they're kids. Like I need to actually be like my own person.
Absolutely.
And no guy wants to sit there, and even coworker, even people with kids, no one wants to sit there and have you show them 50 pictures of your kids. Like they are not like they're here dating you.
Right.
So
Yeah.
I just think I don't know.
But that is a package deal, so okay.
Yeah, a lot of women
like-
say that anyway. Yeah.
Right. And okay,
My child will package deal when we come.
Yeah.
You know.
And I think it's important, like especially like within the first couple of dates, to bring
Absolutely.
up your kid, because you don't know if he even wants kids, likes kids, willing to accept kids. Like
Right.
you don't know that. And I feel like before we waste anybody's time, that's something that definitely needs to come up.
And I parent weird because every woman that I dated met my son.
That boy said
All
parent
I do.
weird.
Yes, I don't care because I teach him. He understands that. Yes, dad is single. I meet women.
Right.
I feel like as long as I'm scared, I keep hitting the mic. As long as I teach him what necessarily things what it to be taught, that he should understand that this may be a part of your life. Like, look, dad's going out. He wants to meet a wife. So for me to do this, she has to meet you. And she has to understand that you are a part of me. You are my number one, no matter what. That's my young prince. You know what I'm saying? So I help. Like, why you let so many women meet your child? That's how that's how I parent. I don't
another
care.
thing about
I teach
that-
him. As long as you teach him within yourself, then
Right.
he be A-okay. I don't
Alpha
care
male
about
shit.
what you think about. He met like 10, 15, 20 men, but he understands each and every one of them and what I'm doing so that he can understand what I'm doing to get to a comfortable state of my life, which is marriage and a wife. And all
It's
that.
two different.
Yeah,
it's
that's
two
it.
different reasons why I think that that's not exactly a bad thing, and it also depends on your kid too.
Right.
So you know that your kid is an extension of you, so he may not be very clingy, right? Kids give you a certain amount of feedback towards the person. Kids are more pure. They know if the dude is a piece of shit or if the chick is a piece of shit, right? So, and it's not even because kids are unfiltered.
Because my son has said,
They don't have
I don't
ability.
like her, Dad.
Yeah.
He said that.
Yeah, so I mean they're unfiltered, and so they're able to get that feedback. So yeah, I mean it's not a bad thing. And also what you're doing is you're kind of giving them signs because they're seeing more women right at that age, so they'll be able to understand like, oh no, like in his life 10 years down the road,
What type of women he may
what
wanna
type of
date.
women he may want to date, or what things he may understand to be, traits that he may not want to pursue.
Right.
Right.
So,
definitely.
yeah, I'm a little different. I am raising a son, and
That's different.
because I don't have him meet anybody. He hasn't met anyone that I've, you know what I mean, like
The
that I've
woman
gone.
perspective is different.
Yeah, I definitely.
But, I mean-
I definitely haven't.
That doesn't mean she can't do that.
Well, I understand what you're saying,
I
but
won't.
I
You don't want to
think-
be classified as a hoe or whatever, something like that.
No, I don't think it's well. Okay, I'll give my opinion real quick. I think it's this. So, in other words, you're the man in the life.
Right.
Her son has he has a father, right?
Figure, okay.
A male figure, but the next male figure has to be a certain type of male figure.
Makes
So
sense.
there's still a certain longing
understandable.
for the male figure in the kid's
I see where you're
mind
going. Absolutely.
from her perspective. Therefore, I'm not gonna have a whole bunch of potential male figures because it may be affecting the child in a not on the front of the brain. God damn it, subconsciously.
Right. I understand. You make a great point. You go ahead. You make a great point.
What he said.
So that's why I don't.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? No, I'm
Same
saying.
thing. I have girls. I just don't want them meeting a lot of people because they're girls and
They're her father.
yeah, and they have a dad that's actively in their lives.
Okay.
But I have a stepdad who I love. I've known since like I was in diapers, and I want that for my girls to have something like that. But at the same time, I feel like I don't know. It's also my job to protect my girls.
Yeah, you gotta be
like
cautious.
like they're girls. I have to protect them. They love people. Like they have uncles and all that stuff, and I personally don't want them because they're young. They're like 4, 5, and 8.
Right.
They're impressionable. I don't personally want them to form a whole bunch of unnecessary attachments and then have these men leave. So and that's
Makes
just
sense.
my own
I
personal
understand that.
On
opinion.
another level of it, I think that kids, unless the mother ain't shit completely, they have a tether to her, period. So no matter if you are seeing another woman or whatever, no matter if it's a boy or a girl, because I want to take it out of the gender perspective, they have that tether to their mom, and they understand. Okay, y'all not together, so you can do that, right?
Because I'm not the mom.
You're not the mom.
Okay.
But the mom is there no matter what if they have that proper connection with the mom.
And that's the disconnect. I feel like because I feel like if I had a daughter, I still do the same thing.
But that's what I'm
everybody say-
saying. But that's what I'm saying because she still has a connection with her mom no matter what.
Okay.
So she's not worried about that. You're able to separate it. Like for me, my mom and my dad were never together, right? Well, they were together for a year before I came along. When I came along, my dad was like, "Fuck this shit, I'm a hoe," right? So he left, right? But I was when I met like women that my dad dated, I was in the same situation that your son is in, right?
Right.
I wasn't trying to get him back with my mom.
Right.
I just didn't like that old lady or young lady. I'm sorry.
But coming from so my mom and my dad weren't together either. But when my dad was dating and I was younger, because I don't think I've met the same woman twice, like with my dad. And so I never, and honestly, with that happening, like it got to a point where I didn't respect the women that he was dating. You know what I mean? At that point, as a daughter. So
How old are you? How old are you to realize that you didn't respect him? How old were you?
Probably around the time when I got maybe like 13, 14. Because it was just, and
like,
it's not like my dad was really in my life.
Yeah.
Put that out there. But like when he would dip in,
It was a new
woman, and then when he would dip out, dip back in. It was just like, and probably a lot of that came because I didn't respect him either. So it was like, man, I didn't respect him. Definitely not gonna respect this random lady that you're trying to tell me that's about to be my stepmama. That's just you losing it.
Right.
So yeah, maybe that was the reason why too.
That was more about the dad than
Probably
the women. Okay.
so.
That's what I was just going to say. Okay.
Man.
All right, so are you guys familiar with love languages?
Yes, we
Yeah.
talk about everything.
Yeah.
My love language is.
Yeah.
Hold on. So I'm gonna name the
ahead,
love
name it.
languages. So we have words of
I forgot.
affirmation, gifts, acts of service, quality time, and physical touch. Okay, those are the 5 love languages. So you're supposed to connect more with 2, right? Or 2, or you can kind of 1 through 5. So
Right.
tell us what yours are. And do you ask this in the first 60 days?
No, I don't ask that because I'm not that detailed. but I do explain about how I am. That I am an active service guy. Like I will bend over backwards to do things for you if I really like you at the beginning.
Right.
Like
Only at the beginning.
I mean, like to gain
kidding.
favor.
I'm just kidding.
To gain favor.
Right,
And then
right.
that's how I continue to keep the favor by doing acts of service. Like I'll
Okay.
come through and fix your car, give it in the morning, take you to work, pick you up from work. If I can't pick you up, bring you an Uber. Whatever. Like do stuff like
That
that.
boy is lit.
Yeah. So
I'm not doing none of that shit.
What?
I'm gonna go change for oil, Chase.
Yeah.
Major tricking.
I can, right. No,
I know you. I just was saying.
I can most definitely change your oil if possible. But when it comes to things as far as like the shit that you was already you should be able to do on your own anyway.
You don't want to deal with any stress.
Why am I doing that?
Right.
Like I don't have a kid. Why am I making you one?
Oh Lord Jesus! Go on. Okay, so your
access
so is this what you like to give as your love
That's what
language?
you like to do.
Or is this what you like to receive?
That's what I do. That's what I give.
Okay, so you give
What do
acts
I
of
like to
service.
receive? I like gifts, and I like maybe words of affirmation, or even physical touch. But
Men are usually physical touch and words of affirmation.
I'm using words
usually.
because you know why? Men don't get many compliments. That's why most men are more. If you think about this, when you were a kid, oh, you're such a beautiful little girl, such a beautiful little girl. Look at my boy. That's my boy. I mean, that's what all we got.
That boy fast.
That's all we got. Men never really got a lot of self. What's the word I'm looking for? Like just like a lot of reassurance of themselves all the time.
Yeah.
Just, that's what boys are. Oh, boys will be boys. That's all we got.
Self-esteem boosters.
You know what I'm saying? So
Self-esteem
that's why-
boosters.
I like that.
That's why
I like
most
that.
men, or that's why we take. Man, I learned so much from myself. That's why we take like words from affirmation. We want that from our significant other. If my girlfriend tells me, she's like, "Oh my God, it makes me feel so freaking good." It
Yeah,
really does.
definitely.
I'm like, why am I like that? I'm trying to be hard, you know. I'm trying to be hard.
Right.
It's about when she told me she loved me, like I really feel that. And I told her that. She's like, man. And then I explained this what I told her. She's like, wow, I never thought about it like that.
What if she palm your booty?
Physical
Oh, my
touch.
ass is doing that.
Physical touch. But hey, but like, what if it's coming too much? Like, so I like.
Then it's cheesy.
You see what I'm saying? Like, I like words of affirmation, but if it's like all the time, I feel like it's like almost like you covering your bases type shit. Like, you can't be feeling like this every time we have a conversation.
She can't think you're
want it to be genuine.
lovely,
She
and
can't think you're amazing.
You want it to be genuine.
right.
I love what
How
you
dare
said.
you think
Right.
I'm great and tell me every time you talk to me?
What you
bitch?
just told me just changed my life. You know?
And we're gonna edit "Say Sorry" calling y'all what she just called y'all later on.
Hey,
Actually,
I would love that though. Sir.
Yeah,
but
like,
all
why
the
not?
time,
You call
though.
a
You see what I'm
bitch?
saying? Lock me away. Go away.
You give me too many fucking presents.
Right.
Shit.
Okay, so yours is
Words of affirmation and gifts.
okay.
I like gifts. I love gifts.
Okay.
I like stupid. Like, give me some socks. I like that.
Right, with your name on it.
Like,
Not
really
just thoughtfulness.
easy.
It doesn't have to be a
Thoughtfulness.
big
Yeah.
Right.
It doesn't have to be fucking a Tiffany bracelet, whatever. But you know,
The ugliest. I hate.
What about you?
I know mine is words of affirmation, like receiving. I like
Okay.
to see to feel that, you know, when my lady tells me. And I know I give the physical touch. I don't like doing the gift giving. That ain't my shit.
You
I
don't like
do
to
that
give
shit.
gifts?
Nah.
Okay.
I'm horrible at gift giving. That's
Yeah, that ain't my thing, man. I don't
I'm
do
an
that shit.
expert gift giver. Just putting it out there.
Do you wrap the gifts?
No, well, okay, so this is the thing about gifts though. It doesn't have to be a wrapped gift, doesn't have to be the cliche thing. It could just
Right.
be like thoughtful. So like, for example, this one guy I was dating, like we like love Step Brothers. Like we'd always
The movie Step Brothers?
yes,
Okay.
we'd always
Like y'all
quote
had
it.
inside jokes with each other.
Yes,
Right.
that's how you know.
That's good.
Yes.
Yeah.
So for his birthday, it was like we just started dating. It was a really small gift. I got him socks that had boats and hose on them.
Ah,
But like it
hey.
was like boats and garden hose,
Right.
Because it was funny.
know
But
you
yeah,
love
but I
that.
mean, it was a gift.
Right.
It wasn't like
Right.
it was a $600 watch, but
Right.
it was a gift.
And it
So
was something that both you understood and
That-
y'all shared.
boom.
yeah, so
So
like
that's cool.
if I'm to what I like to give is I do gifts, and probably quality time, and then what I like to receive is quality time and gifts. Well, not really gifts. Quality time and quality time and what's the other one? Acts of service.
Excellent.
That's
I
what
think
I
I
like
like
for
quality
me.
time that you guys were saying there, because I like to spend time with my woman. I do. So I might be quality.
Well, and,
But do
and
you feel
quali-
like it's like your
Little
love language?
QT.
Like that's what's
Yeah.
that's
And
how
a
you're
guy
shown
like-
that you know that
Yeah, like
you're
I
loved.
don't
if he
have
gets
to
off
like
of
go
work-
out, but I would like just want to be around you.
Yeah, like if he gets off of work and he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna come over," even though it's late, even though like he could technically go home, and he's like, "No, I'm gonna go hang out with you." It's like, "Oh, that's so nice of
Yeah.
you." Like the quality time. Like,
Right,
it doesn't
right.
have to be
Definitely.
It doesn't have to be the amount. It doesn't have to be the every weekend, every day. It has to be the when I know you could do something else, but you're gonna hang out with me.
That's dope.
Yeah. Mine would be quality time and acts of service. Those would be my top
Oh,
two.
my
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come change the oil in my car. Come build me a
But
fence.
I also I like that this came because this came out a few years ago, and I like this came out because it actually got people thinking like, okay, because we always have in our minds what we think that the other person wants, and so we try to love them the way we think that they want to be loved, as opposed to like
that's horrible.
figuring out like what it is that they actually. So that's a lot of times why relationships don't work. It's just like I had this one guy because I do like gifts. Don't get me wrong, but I had this one guy and he was really trying hard to get me back, and it was Christmas time, and he had sent like 12 wrapped gifts to my house, like boxes of just shit everywhere. And so I'm opening up these gifts, and it's like nothing in these
that old thing?
nothing in these boxes were like, it was like
Things you wanted.
it was nothing that I wanted. It was like it didn't do anything for me. And it was even like a time where he had like got me a car, and when he got me this car, it was
damn.
it was like, okay, I'm gonna get you this car, but it's gonna come with these rules, and it's gonna come with you know what I mean? Like,
Is
so
that
it was just like,
That's tricking.
No.
That's tricking.
I didn't take the car.
I was like,
That
well, they
makes
were
sense.
in a relationship,
They were
so
in a-
and I didn't take the. And I didn't
Oh, I
take
thought he
the
was
car.
trying to get you back.
No, he was trying to get me back.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah, no, he was trying to get me
tricking
back.
me.
That's tricky.
What did he do?
For what? What did he do to like?
how did he lose you? Is what?
Oh, cheating, disrespectful.
Yeah, just all around
asshole.
asshole.
Straight. He was like the king of fuckboys.
Say normal guy
the
stuff.
king.
The normal
Hey,
guy.
this dude.
Yeah. He was a
Hey,
king,
bro.
King fuckboy.
Damn.
I
Bro.
wonder if I've ever been called a fuckboy.
No, king. King
Like,
fuckboy.
you did it all, dog. Like, you
I've done some
tried,
fuckboy shit in my
dog.
life.
Can everybody else hear this? No,
No.
just us. Okay. I was like,
Y'all checking
All
audio.
I'm saying is Jesus. A car?
but I didn't take the car.
What kind of car was it? No.
This was I was like 22 at this time.
That's crazy, though.
Got you a Nissan Altima?
It was a Charger.
Oh shit.
Hey,
And
Hey, what he did for a
Bruh.
living?
wait a minute.
Hey,
I know a few women that need a charger right now.
But the thing was, when he
sold
bought
products.
the Charger, it came with rules. Like it
Now,
came
if I
with
get
like,
you this,
right? Like
when I call,
you gotta do this, you gotta do that, you got. And
Can't drive past 9.
no, it was rules
You
that
gotta say
came
that
with it.
gas.
But it was the simple fact that he really thought that like.
Right.
Out of all the things that have happened, instead of like wanting to spend quality time with me and wanting to, show that you should probably, be in my life, you thought that buying me these things that
something.
I didn't even want or I didn't even ask for.
So that should be a question. Maybe we should ask in the first 60 days, like your love language.
That's what I said.
Okay.
We always ask. We always ask about the love language. Though.
Yeah,
You know
but
what?
like, yeah,
Okay, I'm
first
sorry,
it's
my-
okay. No, go ahead.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
I kind of feel like that. I know I pause. I got to think. I'm slow.
All right, let me go right quick while you think.
It's the turkey, man. It's the turkey. Let me get it.
But my thing is, okay, hold on. Hey, see, now you're making me lose my spot.
It's
No,
the wild turkey.
oh, here we go. Now I'm here. I think that you should experience the person before you ask them these types of questions.
That's
and
what
the
I'm
reason
saying.
why I
Yes.
say that
Hey, but we got
is
ESPN,
because
boy.
hey, it's one of them channels. And the reason why I say that is because a person may think that their language is something, but they don't know who the fuck they are.
You feel me?
Yeah.
And you show them something different.
Right.
Like I said, the biggest thing in all this is the connection you have with the person.
There you
All
go.
these other things, these fucking love language shit, it's cool, it's great. Horoscopes, cool, it's great. But most of this shit is man-made.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
You think?
Damn, I need a clue bomb? Y'all niggas out
Yeah.
here.
No,
Yeah.
I can't focus because of this song you have playing.
What you supposed to think about
Oh,
Free
Hey,
saying.
nigga, I had that Dave Hollister one woman man
Oh.
going for
I'm
Stacey
trying to listen to
Shores.
him, but like, it's just all I can hear.
Hey, it was perfectly anyway.
She was jamming. But like my girlfriend now, she tells me, I don't want to tell you how to love me because I want you to do it genuinely. Like I don't want to like. She said, don't just like go and buy me flowers because it's a nice thing to do. Be genuine when you do it. Like do something genuinely. Like don't be like be organic.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like don't be okay. Well, you bought every girl flowers. Don't go and buy me flowers because you know you made me mad. Be organic with it. Be different.
Yeah, but like I guess when you talk about love languages, you kind of already automatically have the way that you love
Exactly.
somebody, right? Like just because she's a gift giver, she already has that. So if she were to get with someone that hated gifts, you know what I mean, like getting gifts, or you know what I mean, like
oh, I would hate that.
yeah. So
I guess it
I would
depends
hate
on the
that.
experiences.
I would die.
On the person's
So
experiences.
I mean, in a way, I guess you would figure that out within the not probably past 60 days. You would figure out how you're compatible, because like you would be compatible, right?
Well,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
like, should you like tell the person your love language, because then they can play on that.
They could.
No,
And
that's a
kinda
fuck boy.
manipulate you.
That's a fuck boy.
Manipulating.
That's a fuck boy in the end.
No, what
Trait.
women
I'm
do
a
that
Scorpio. I'm
too.
hella manipulative.
You fuck girls.
Hey,
Yeah,
you
you
can,
fuck girl
you
shit
can
too.
also manipulate the horoscope.
Yep.
Yeah.
You
If you really
can.
into it, all the things. Hey, look, Hitch was one of my favorite movies.
Hitch.
So
Oh,
his
yeah.
biggest thing was putting people together that would not normally be able to be that. So it's like, yeah, they have people that can do those things. So once again, I say, pay attention to who the fuck you dealing
Definitely.
with.
Makes
And
sense.
listen to what they say and what they do.
Right.
Makes sense.
All right. So, lastly, what is some of the worst relationship advice you've ever gotten?
Should have gave me that question.
This bitch got a big ass house and a car. Nigga, you tripping. You better stay with her.
Oh yeah, no.
Nah,
Yeah.
and I knew it was fucked up. Like I knew what, like we weren't it together. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Yeah.
Cause I'm too laid back, and she's like, she always want to be doing something. I always want to be. You know what I'm saying? Why can't we just be? But she want to be doing something.
now.
You know what I'm saying?
Come on.
So that was like our kind of thing that killed it. But they were like, hey, she got this big ass house, nigga. You sleeping, you chilling, you doing like,
Right,
that's
right.
not what.
It was a dude, like it sounded like this guy advice.
Guy advice.
Just with some of the worst
I'm just trying to think.
dating or relationship advice, actually. Relationship advice.
I hate when people tell you like to not talk about things, or like if you're having like problems with your guy or girl, whoever, and you're telling somebody and they're like, oh, just leave it alone, or just whatever, like
Yeah,
don't tell them
that's
that,
stupid.
or just blah blah. And I'm like,
It'll
no.
blow over.
Like,
Yeah.
and I used to do that. Like I would sweep. I was like the queen of sweeping everything under the rug. Like ignore all the red flags, sweep stuff under the rug. Don't talk about it. I want to create an argument, but if you're truly ever going to be happy with that person, I feel like you're going to want to. Like, you should be able to freely communicate, even if you're an asshole or even if you're not an asshole. Like, you should just be able to talk about things. So, if you're with somebody and you can't feel like you can go to them, you can't feel like you can talk to them, then you just shouldn't be with that person.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, as you said that, I got mine wrong. Because I was like, wow, have I got bad relationship advice? Yeah, it's not really bad, but I think it's bad now that I think about it. I had a friend, even my dad told me this. Always make sure that the person you be with, that they love you more than you love them. And I
That
think
is dad advice.
I think that's some stupid advice, because I feel like sorry Dad, I love you, but I tell the girl that I'm dating now, when I tell you I love you, I don't tell you I love you because I want you to hear it, because I want you to give it back to me, or I want you to tell me that back. I'm telling you that because I genuinely love you, and if you don't love me yet, then that's okay. Then
Right.
I'm telling you that genuinely from my heart. I love you. I'm not telling you that because I want you to accept my love, but I'm telling you because that's how I feel about you. And if you don't feel that about me, then that's okay. Then you eventually will, by the way that I love you.
Right.
You know what I'm
And I've heard this, right?
Go ahead.
I've heard this, and because I feel like they give the same advice to women too, right? Like you're supposed to
So am I
be with someone
feminine
that
right now?
I haven't heard
you're
of
good.
it. I haven't heard it come from
Male?
a
H-Town?
male perspective. I've heard it come from a
Carl
woman's
Thomas.
perspective, and the reason why I think that it's deep. I'm not saying it's like great advice and you should always go by, but why I think it's decent advice is because naturally women are like loving, nurturing, and we're going to, if it's going great and things are happening, like we're going to love you, and if nothing else, we're always for the most part going to match what you give and give more. So that's the reason why that type of advice is given to women, I think.
About to love somebody more.
Right. You should have like a man that loves you more than you love them, because regardless of anything else, you're going to match that or even give more. Women, because women tend to do that naturally.
Naturally. Okay.
Right.
Like,
What's-
women, y'all can just love it.
Guess it depends on how you grew up.
Love so naturally. Like, your kids will be sitting there acting bad to the motherfucker.
And you just love them.
You just
love
love
them.
And you
Right.
as daddy, you be like, I'm about to snap your neck if you don't sit down. But the mom like, nigga, they're so funny. Like,
No.
I'm about to
Mom
snap
really
them, bro.
punched
Like,
me.
sit down. Like, damn. Like, how can you? Oh my god.
Call protective services.
It's been numerous
this
times I
nigga.
lean over to my son and I be like, if you don't chill, I'm gonna break your fucking hand. And like I probably meant that, but
Right.
Probably
you know
meant it.
what I'm saying? But it's like I don't like. But women like just so patient and so loving. Like, man,
Yep.
Yeah.
how? I don't understand that, bro. Like,
So I think some of the worst dating advice that I've
Oh, yeah,
received.
go ahead.
What? You need to stop drinking. Some of the worst advice I've gotten probably would be like, he'll change. That'll change. It'll
but
be
he can't
fine.
change.
He
can't
He'll change
change.
for
What you
someone
talking
else.
about?
He won't
I'll
change.
change
in a
Okay, I see what you're
relationship.
saying right there.
He wouldn't
in a
change.
relationship.
You've changed in a relationship.
I have.
Are you with that person now? Are you with that
The Rockets
person that
win
you
today.
changed
The
with
Rockets.
now?
The Rockets.
No,
lost today.
So you're right, exactly.
And they were
Like,
so
yeah,
close. They were so close.
They were so close.
You
You
Right.
changed. You ain't
Y'all
with
are
it
not-
though.
Right. You might have changed, but you changed for somebody else. So yeah.
Y'all not gonna be judging me.
Learning
So-
experiences.
You came out. You know what I mean?
But a man can't change. I'm just saying.
They can, but their chances of them changing in that relationship is probably not going to happen. Is
Depends on the type of
I
change.
just don't want you to eliminate the possibility. That's when you. There's always. What do I always say? There's always.
Women stay trying though.
They do, but
Yeah,
Exactly.
right.
Hey, I hate-
Home.
Look, y'all, I'm having too much fun with this shit. But the problem is, man,
You're not drinking next episode.
when a woman's fed up, I hate to play R. Kelly,
Go ahead and play it.
but I had to let y'all know that, sometimes they just wait on you and wait on you and wait on you and wait on you to change. And you still the same.
Yeah.
Everybody's of age in here, huh?
Yep.
For real.
Chase, what's some of the worst dating advice you've gotten?
All right. For me, it's actually kind of weird because it was the best advice and it's like the worst advice at the same time. And yep, get ready. The advice I was given, and it sounds great, is don't be unequally yoked. And I think that's the best advice and the worst advice at the same time. Because if you don't give that advice without any connotations of what equally yoked means,
Right.
that y'all may not make the same money, right? But y'all are more equal in other areas. It's not so much about how that works. How is the team gonna work? See what I'm saying? So you could live your life in a way where anybody that doesn't meet you financially or mentally in your specific area, you just cut them off. You don't even they're not even a contender
That's
when they may be able to offer you something on another tip that
Right.
you are unable to really get.
Right.
But that's what you two already do, though.
What?
Even you, because y'all already said y'all couldn't date a person. Well, that
Come on, DB.
Wait, what was that?
you can't date a person that doesn't have your religion beliefs, and you can't date a short guy. So,
Oh, okay.
I never said I couldn't date short guys. I say I have a preference.
okay, well, the religion belief.
That's different though.
Yeah.
That's different though. No. See, normally for me, whenever I talk to my whenever I talk to like my parents or like grandmother or whatever, they bring that into account because how my grandmother talks to me is number one, she R-rated. Like everything is real, right? So it's like we're gonna start with how's your career going, and then it's gonna be like how's Layla, which is my dog, and then after that, relationships, how these women treating you, and then if we, yeah, so like if we go through those conversations,
Should you don't say these hoes?
nah. Well, no, later on she will, but like. At the beginning, they're women, then they could go up or down. Right. So it's like, when we get into that conversation, they always go to unequally yoked from a perspective of what did we just talk about, your job and things of that nature, right? You work too hard to do this, blah, blah, blah. But all I'm saying is, it's great advice, but you have to weigh it. You have to weigh it.
It's like you want to take it. All advice is not good advice.
it's not even bad advice, but you just that's what I'm saying. It's just a little bit deeper than that because you have to be able to weigh it. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, you got to contribute to the team. So in other words, a contribution to the team may be, once again, like I said, I may make 150,000 or some shit like that. Like you don't have to make 150, make 50.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Can't cook, you can cook. Like
That's
balance.
contribution.
That's the balance.
contribution.
So in other words, the point is, in relationships, there should be balance. That's the
Definitely.
equally yoked.
Yeah.
But
that's
equally does not necessarily mean that across the board that we're
Y'all
the
make
same
it-
motherfucker.
Right.
What worked for you two
May not work for them.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's all we
To
got.
each his own.
Oh.
I'm sorry.
Oh no, finish it off.
Yeah, that's all we got, guys.
Yeah.
I'm happy y'all came out
Hey.
to talk to us today.
And you guys, you should go follow the Truckcast, then go follow.
Yeah, what's y'all's
Just
Instagram?
Sayin.
What's y'all's Instagram?
Truckcast.
The Truckcast. All one word.
All
The
one
Truckcast.
Bring it to me in the messenger too.
It would be the
and
name.
DM me.
Y'all, do y'all have y'all's personal ones that y'all
Yeah.
use too? Okay.
I don't really use my personal one. But the Truckcast though, definitely.
The
Okay.
Truckcast. Go follow them, watch us. If we said anything helpful, you should comment below. You should like. You should subscribe. You should go follow all the pages.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yes.
All right. Thanks.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks.
Thank you for having us.
And if you like Chase
Yes,
Allen
if
and you
you
feel like he is a
King
fine
Colin
young
P.
man with some great advice, you should slide in his
You
DMs.
should slide
Yes.
into his DMs.
The thing about it is you can't really just do it like I do because I got control over you.
It was fun.
Listen, y'all. Listen. We talked about a lot today.
Camera, it feels like I'm Chase. I'm like,
We talked about a lot. Stay Sorry really wants to know what your languages are. Because she wants to talk in your languages. Also, Jessica Lola really wants to give you something. So are you ready?
What?
Are you ready to receive what she has to give? It could be socks. It could be a sweater. You know what I'm saying? We out.
Bye.
Big, big,